Parkinsons. Today is going to be a little bit of a different day. I don't show this very often, but I've always said that I'm going to be real on this channel. I'm not going to sugarcoat things, and I try very hard to be positive all the time. But today I'm going to show the reality of what my day is really like. I have a feeling it's not going to be a grand day because I've taken the patch off, and therefore my meds are not working very well. But the side effects from the patch were causing me more problems than I think it was worth. So we're going to see how it goes, and I'm just going to show how it really is for me. Normally, I try to say I just work through it, but I don't show the hours that I can't work through it. Even my family doesn't see that, other than Bill. He lives with me. He knows what it's like. But like even my kids, they don't see the hours that I spend not moving. You would think when you see me all animated and moving a lot that it would be comfortable to be silent and still for a while. That's not the case, because when you're silent and you're still, that's when the pain starts, and then it's not comfortable. The reality is, let's see, what time is it right now? It's 5 o'clock in the morning. I've tried to stay in bed, but I'm not very comfortable in bed, so I back up again. I'm going to try and go back in. But this is sort of the way it is. When I'm not moving, I just try to pass the time. It's hard to pass the time when you can't move. My hands, they are immobile. So therefore, when I'm trying to use my stylus here, it's very loose in my fingers and it drops. That's why it's tied around my neck. That's why my pen is attached to a rope over here, so that if I try to pick up the pen, I don't drop it and have a problem picking it up again. So this is, I don't usually show this, and it's because you only see me for 10 minutes out of or sometimes a half an hour out of a 24-hour period. And today you're only going to see the same amount of time, but I'm not going to show it only when I move, because I have a feeling that there's not going to be a lot of movement today. Maybe I'll be wrong. Maybe I'll be pleasantly surprised and I'll find that it gets better as the day goes on. But we'll see. So anyway, I'm not going to talk for very long right now because I do want to kind of go and lay back down. I was cold, so I put this heavy sweater on. So, well, it's not heavy, but I mean, it's heavier than I usually have. But I was cold this morning, so that's why that's on. It kind of snowed overnight too. It was very, very windy last night. So anyway, I'm not going to stay on right now. I'm just going to pop on during the day and let you know how it goes. At some point, I'll try and get Bill to put the camera up onto the tripod. And if we can do that, then I'll maybe try to show you how I try to walk when I can't walk. That's not pretty. Anyway, so that's where we are at today. So talk to you later. Good morning, everybody. My name's Darlene, and I have Parkinson's. I believe I told you that at 5 o'clock in the morning. I was doing much worse at 5 o'clock in the morning than I'm doing right now, thankfully. My 6 o'clock meds made it so that I was able to lay back into bed. I got a couple more hours sleep, which is always a nice thing to have happen. My 9 o'clock meds are working right now. They're not working really wonderful, but they are working. So I'm able to do a few things, and I'm going to hope for the rest of the day to also be able to. But this is a video that is going to say what life is really like. So if I can work, I will work. If I can't work, I will show you that I can't work. And we'll just take it as it comes. So I'm hoping to have a very productive day, simply because I don't want to be sitting around doing nothing. Okay, I'm going to move the camera back just a smidge so that I can let you see what I'm doing. Well, maybe you won't want to see what I'm doing, but we're going to do it anyway because I'm letting it all show whatever it is. I put some avocados that were not ripe into my cupboard to ripen where it was dark and forgot that they were in there. So I am now checking to see whether they're any good or not. So when I open these up and find out that they're no good, so if that's the case, well then they're no good. If they are good, then I'm going to mash them up and have them with crackers or toast or something, but they're going to be used. I hate wasting food, and when you don't shop yourself, you can't pick the stuff you want. You have to depend on a shopper for you. Then you have to wait and see. This is like a surprise. Is it going to be good or bad? Well, this one's going to be good. So there's 4 of them. What?
It's flashing.
What's flashing? Oh, yeah, I know. I don't know why it does that, Bill. It goes light and dark. Sometimes it depends on if I'm too close to the window, or it does that. I don't know why. Oops. Oh, good heavens. Well, I split that right open. Okay. And I know that I'm going to end up having green all over my hands, but you know what? I'm not too worried about it because
it washes off.
It washes off, and if I can get something done, I will. All right. It's very ripe, though. I'll say that. There's no question that it's, an avocado. Well, I was the other night when I used that one, it wasn't quite ripe, and it was hard to even mash, because it wasn't quite ripe. So that's why I put these in the cupboard. I knew if it was dark, it would be better, but I didn't have a paper bag, so I put them wrapped in parchment paper into the cupboard, and promptly forgot that they were there. You know what I was going to do while I was sitting doing this? I thought I would tell you a little bit of a story. Now, see, look at that hole. A piece just came off of there. A little bit of a story. Many years ago, my daughter bought me as a surprise a day at the spa. Oh, I was going to have a massage. I'd never been to a spa ever in my life. So for me, it was sort of like, what do I do, or how do I do it? And I'm going to have to cut pieces of this one out. And so anyway, she said, "Mommy, just go and they'll help you out." So of course, what does a person do before they go somewhere when somebody's going to see them and that doesn't know them? Well, you shave your legs. So that's what I did. I shaved my legs. Well, I've since been told that spa etiquette says you don't shave your legs before you go in, because if you're having a massage, they do what's called a salt rub on your legs to exfoliate your legs. Well, I didn't know that. And so when they exfoliated my legs, it was not an enjoyable experience. It was, as a matter of fact, a very painful experience. So I would suggest that nobody does that. Oh my goodness. I couldn't believe that I was so naive. Like, okay, this one here, I'm not getting much out of this one. There's people who would just throw it away. Not me. I'm sorry. I don't get avocado often enough to just throw it away. So I'm having to leave a lot of stuff in there, but that's better to have some of it than have none of it. And if I'd learned to not forget things, then I might not have to worry about that. I do that a lot, forget things, forget where I put them, or put them into a place that is totally illogical, like where it doesn't deserve to be. And then if it doesn't deserve to be there, you don't look there when you're looking for it. That's what I do. All right. Oh my goodness, here. This is quite the mess. You can tell how ripe it is because my hands are covered in it. but at least I'm able to do it. At 5 o'clock this morning, I wouldn't have been doing this. So, and we're having pancakes for supper because I can sit at the table here and do the pancakes. I'm hoping I can sit at the table here and do the pancakes. Oh, avocado overboard. Actually, it's not avocado. It's just the stone that's overboard. Look at that. It just peels away. It's just, oh God. All right. Well, I'm not going to be able to touch it. It's kind of messy here. I'm going to let Bill touch the button to say we're turned off, and I'll come back later. Okay, I'm just going to make some avocado toast.
Which
okay,
button?
The black button.
Not the black
Not
button.
the black button. Okay, we're coming up to 11:20, I think.
11:23.
11:23. I don't get my pills until just before 12. We're trying to play a game of Yahtzee, but I was doing pretty good this morning, but I've sort of stopped. So I'm just going to show that how I'm doing with my Yahtzee playing. So I'm not doing grand with my Yahtzee playing, but my scorecard's not bad. 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, so that's a small. Oh, I don't even need that. Hang on, I got to do something different. I don't even need that. See, my brain isn't working here. Okay, I'm going to take 6 for 3s. Okay, so, oh, hang on. Yeah, 6 for 3s. Yeah. Okay, 6. So I'm down 3 in that column. So my brain isn't really working for my counting very good, and I am struggling with the shaking. Not shaking me physically shaking the dice. So we're not going to bore you with our game. We're just going to, I told you I'd let you know how today was doing. So this is how it's doing. You don't take Yahtzee advice from us.
8 for 4s.
Six. Watch, I'll get a Yahtzee here to you, my good luck charms. No, but I have a full house. I have a full house, so I'm going to take the full house. We'll let Bill do one more roll, and then we'll. Did I say full house?
Yeah.
Okay. Show me how you got it. Oh, okay, you're coming along. 2 more. We root each other on. We don't compete. Oh.
18.
Okay,
for
so
6s.
I'll let you know later who wins if I remember. Okay, see you later. Okay, we're back again. It's now, let's see, 1:45. My 12 o'clock meds took a very long time before they worked, so I just had to sit here very quietly and still, but they did eventually work, so that's good. They have all eventually worked. So we're just sort of, I have a lot of downtime today, and I'm a little bit brain fuzzy right now, but I think that all in all I'm handling it pretty good. So I don't know what to say. I'm just going to keep checking in with you. It's a very boring video, I'm sure, but I just wanted to have a record of what a down day is like. I hope I don't have too much of that. But anyway, I just thought I would check in with you, and I'm going to just take it a little bit easier today. I think I'll play a little bit of Yahtzee or Candy Crush, and maybe I'll even lay down for a little bit. We're only going to have pancakes and sausage for dinner, so we'll check in later with you. Okay. Okay, I'm back. I'm going to just insert this into the middle somewhere. I just thought that I would put a picture at the end of this to say, so far I have lost 107 pounds. My official weigh-in, of course, isn't until the 1st of the month, but I was having a rough day today at the beginning, and I'm having a good day now. So I want to celebrate something good so that I have good things to look forward to tomorrow and all the rest of it. So I'm going to put a picture at the end of this since we're talking about reality, and the picture will show you what is the difference when somebody loses
107 pounds. How changes a person. So I'm just going to put that in, and then I'll put my ending on, and then I'll put the picture at the end of this video. This is disjointed because my head's not working very good today. We'll be back soon, back on target. Okay. Okay, we're back at supper time, and it's been not a bad afternoon. So I played a game of Yahtzee. It took a while for my pills to work, but they did eventually work, and I've enjoyed a good afternoon because of it. All right, I got this a little bit too hot. Let me just turn it down a wee bit. We're just going to have pancakes with a couple of sausages for dinner. So I'm going to just do that, and I thought I would just tell you about my day while I was doing it. So now let's see. Yeah, it was a pretty good day. I thought it was going to be a lot worse than it was, and I'm very pleased that it wasn't as bad. But evening is usually my harder time, but I'm not going to jinx myself with that because I thought today was going to be horrible, and it was not. It wasn't grand, but you know, it was as good as I could have expected. So now, but I wouldn't have wanted to have had to cook a big dinner tonight. This was definitely the extent of what I wanted to do. Oops. Okay, now I'm not very good at flipping, so now if I was doing gymnastics flips, maybe, oh, I'm cutting myself off. There, oh no, now you can't see. I guess you just, as long as you see the pancakes, you don't have to see me. All right, so now we're just gonna let these go. I'll get a couple of the batches done, and then we'll say goodnight to you. I don't have a clue how much I've taped or not taped. The one thing is my brain has been kind of fuzzy today, so that's the one thing that I haven't had. And Claudine didn't come over today, so thankfully she didn't see the state I was in earlier, but I don't like her to know sometimes that it's the way it is. So, okay. I was noticing my legs have gotten so skinny that they're like bones with skin over the top, and yet I've still got all my stomach. That doesn't seem fair. That doesn't seem fair at all. But, oh, these are not browning. I jumped the gun when I turned it down. Do you remember the story when I said that I didn't want the griddle for Christmas? Then I decided I really did want a griddle, and I have used this griddle so many times, and there I was saying, oh, I don't want a griddle, don't get me a griddle. I said to Bill, you never know with me. I'm kind of a oddball. Okay, now they're starting. Okay, that's good. I was always told that if you watched like for when they got all bubbly on the top, that was when you're supposed to turn them over. But sometimes, like this one's ready to turn. It's not all bubbly yet, but did you see that flip? Oh. Oh, I'm a Jim Dandy flipper. Okay. Ow. There we are. Those look pretty good. Usually the first batch doesn't turn out very good. Those look pretty nice. I'm not going to make you watch me do another one. I'm just going to say, have a very good night. I'm going to try to have a very good night. And I haven't watched any of my videos much today. So I'm going to tonight maybe try to watch a few videos if I have a good night. So that's what I'm planning on doing. And I'll be back tomorrow. Have a good night. Oops. Okay, I can't reach it there.